"You're worth nothing." He says it like a fact, like the weather. The coffee between us is still hot enough to burn. I can smell it, bitter and dark, and I don't reach for it. 3 weeks. I've had 3 weeks to unhear those words. "I'm not angry," I tell him. My voice doesn't shake. That's the worst part. How steady I sound when something inside me just stopped working. "I'm just done waiting for you to see me." He opens his mouth. I pull out the letter. $235,000. That's what I made last year. That's what the adoption agency sees when they look at my application. Approved. That's what his daughter is actually worth, apparently. Not to him. Never to him. But to a stranger with a clipboard and a child who needs someone. "So here's what I need to know," I say, and my hands are cold now. So cold I'm not sure I'm still in my body. "When did you decide I was nothing? Before I succeeded or after?" He doesn't answer. That silence is louder than anything he could say. He looks at my mother. She's been in the doorway for 2 minutes. I saw her shoulders drop when he said it. "Don't look at her," I say. "She's not answering this." Dad leans back. Something breaks in his face. Not softness, but recognition. He's realizing I'm not asking permission anymore. "You worked nights," he says. "At the restaurant." He remembers. 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. for 2 years, $28,000. Every dollar to grandma's down payment. He never asked how the shifts felt. Never said proud. Never said anything. But he remembers. "The house needed saving," I say. "You wouldn't." So I did. Mom shifts. She knows the rest. 3 years without vacation, $600 a month, every decision made without him. "Your mother told me about the money." I stop breathing. 6 months ago, the air doesn't just stop. It inverts. I look at Mom. Her eyes are already drowning. "You told him? I thought he'd come to you," she whispers. "I thought." She doesn't finish. That's the kill shot, not Dad's silence. That's expected. But this. Mom's bet on him, her gamble that information would change him, her hope that he'd finally show up. She chose to believe in him instead of me. I'm 12 again. The pier. Saltwater taffy melting. His hand on my shoulder. He laughed like I was funny, like I existed. One afternoon. That's all it took to prove he could do it. Which means he chose not to every other day. I pull the letter out. The adoption agency asks about your support system, who you can call at 3 a.m. I look at Dad. "I didn't put your name." Mom makes a sound. Dad's jaw hardens. "I'm calling them back tomorrow," I say. "I'm telling them I found clarity." I stand. When I walk out, understand this. I'm not punishing you. I'm finally protecting someone who deserves it. The letter sits on the table. Cold coffee. His trembling hands. And the space where I used to sit. I'm at the door when Mom speaks. "Wait." I don't turn around. "Please," she says. "Just let me explain." That word, explain. Like there's a version of this where she's not complicit, where 6 months of silence is defensible. I turn. 6 months, I say. "You knew for 6 months. That's 182 days. That's roughly 4,368 hours of knowing that your daughter worked herself hollow and choosing not to tell me you'd finally told him." Dad's watching now. Listening. "Do you know how many times I almost called you?" I continue. "How many nights I picked up my phone at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., thinking maybe if I just tried harder to explain the numbers, he'd get it, that he'd suddenly care?" Mom's mouth opens. "Don't," I say. "Let me finish." I pull out my phone. Open my banking app. $28,000 from the restaurant. $235,000 last year. But there's another number you don't know about. The one that matters. I look at Dad. 7. That's how many times I asked you for help after Grandma died. 7 conversations. You said no 7 times. Not harshly. Just no. Like it was nothing. Like I was nothing. Dad shifts in his chair. And you know what the worst part is? I'm not yelling. My voice is dropping. That's worse. It's not that you didn't help. It's that you didn't even try. You didn't say I can't afford it or I'm scared of real estate. You just declined. Like declining an invitation to dinner. Mom's crying now. Actual tears. So here's what I need you both to understand. There are 3 people in this house who knew about that money. 3 people who could have picked up a phone and called me. 3 people who could have said, I see you. I believe you. Only one of them didn't. And then something shifts. Dad's face crumples. Not dramatically, just softens. Like someone let the air out of him. And suddenly I see him at 56, tired, smaller than I remembered. His hands on the table are shaking, actually shaking. I've never seen my father cry. He's not crying now, but he's close. So close, it's almost worse. I'm sorry, he says. I know that's not enough. I know it's too late. But I'm sorry. And for one breath. Just one. I believe him. I believe that he means it. That somewhere under all the dismissal and silence, there's a man who regrets, who sees what he did to me, who wants to take it back. For one breath, I almost sit down. I almost say, okay. I almost let this moment be enough. My hand is already reaching for the chair when the doubt hits. Because he's sorry now. After the letter. After the money. After I've already won without him. He's sorry because I became worth something despite him, not because of what he did. I pull my hand back. Before I tell you what I did, I say slowly, I need to ask you something. Both of them freeze. In those 6 months, I look at Mom. When you knew the truth about my income, did you ever think about telling me? Did you ever think, maybe my daughter should know that her mother believes in her enough to tell her father? Mom's lips tremble. Or did you think that information was his to give? That it was his redemption moment to find? That you'd let him be the hero? Don't answer yet, I say. Because now I need to ask you something else. I turn to Dad. In those 6 months after Mom told you, did you ever pick up the phone? Did you ever think about calling me? Did you ever wonder how I was doing? Or was it just easier to wait? To see if I'd figure out that you'd known all along and come crawling back? I'm not finished. The quiet is absolute now. I did something 3 weeks ago, I say. Right after you said I was worth nothing. I scheduled a meeting with a lawyer. Not to sue you. To finalize something I'd been planning. I pull out another document. This one's thicker. I changed my will. I changed my emergency contacts. I changed every document that had your names on it. Every single one. Mom gasps. Your daughter. The one you're about to meet. Her guardian is not either of you. It's my friend Sarah. The one who drove me to every ultrasound when you weren't interested. The one who's been there for every 2 a.m. panic attack about whether I'm doing this alone. I'm reading from the document now, and my voice is steady as ice. Her trustee is my financial advisor, Marcus. Not because he's a better parent than you, but because he has a vested interest in her future that doesn't involve ego. Her will goes to her education fund, and her emotional support system is built on people who chose to show up. Not people who waited to see if I'd become successful enough to be worth their time. Dad's face is white. I continue, took out a life insurance policy. $500,000. If anything happens to me, that money goes to her directly. It doesn't go to your bank account. It doesn't go to family. It goes to the people who actually loved me when I had nothing. Mom is standing now. Actually standing. You're cutting us out, she says. It's not a question. I'm protecting my daughter from the same thing that happened to me. And this is the part that makes my stomach twist. Dad looks at me with something I've never seen before. Not anger, not dismissal, but recognition. Real, genuine, too late recognition. He sees it now. He finally sees what he did. Not the money, but the absence. Not the failure to help, but the failure to witness. The 7 no's that meant you don't matter enough for me to try. And he sees that this is permanent, that he can't come back from this, that his daughter is about to become a mother and he's already been erased from her story. Before you say anything, I say because I know what's coming. The apologies, the promises, The desperate attempt to rewrite this moment into something salvageable. I need to tell you what really happened. I sit back down. The adoption agency approved me because I'm financially stable. Because I have a support system. Because on paper, I can provide for a child. But that's not the whole truth. Both of them are staring at me now. They approved me because I called them 6 days ago and told them something they needed to know. Something that made them understand exactly why this child needs me and why I need her. Dad's jaw clenches. I told them about you. I say directly to him. I told them about a man who watched his daughter rebuild her life alone and never once asked if she was okay. I told them that this child would learn what real strength looks like. Not inherited money or family connections, but the ability to survive and thrive despite being told you're worth nothing. I stand again. And they said that was exactly why I should be a mother. The room is silent. So here's what I need to know, I say. And my voice is different now. Colder, more precise. Now that you understand what you've lost, are you going to spend the rest of your lives trying to earn back something I've already given away? I move toward the door. Or are you finally going to accept that some daughters don't come home? I don't hear from them for 3 months. Emma is 4 months old, sleeping in the crib I assembled alone. I tell her stories about people who built things without permission. The grocery store. Dad sees me first and flinches. I nod and keep moving. She looks happy. Mom whispers as I pass. She always did, Dad says. We just weren't paying attention. I freeze in the cereal aisle. It's the truest thing he's ever said. 2 weeks later, a letter. Thick paper. Expensive. I almost throw it away. I don't. I read it 3 times. The 4th time, I fold it and file it with Emma's adoption papers. Grandma's house. The garden. Dad by the fence where roses used to grow. Thank you for the letter, I say. He turns. His eyes are red. That letter was beautiful, I tell him. It would have changed everything. It came 43 years too late. His shoulders collapse. I'm done waiting for you to show up. The silence that follows isn't uncomfortable. It's final. I hand him an envelope. I'm setting up a college fund. Your name is on it. Not because you deserve it. He takes it with shaking hands. This doesn't fix anything, I say. This doesn't earn you a place in her life. I walk back inside. 3 years. Emma is bright. She asks why Grandpa hasn't visited. I tell her the truth. That sometimes people love you but don't know how to show it. The college fund grows untouched. Dad sends birthday cards. I save them. Emma deserves to know he tried. One night, I post a photo of her holding the adoption papers. The caption. The greatest gift I ever received was learning that I was always enough. It goes viral. Thousands of comments from strangers who needed to hear it. Dad sees it. Mom tells me he did. He doesn't call. Emma will never know what it feels like to be told she's worth nothing. That's enough.